of you may be wondering why these microphones are being used the way they are. These microphones, I was told, is you sing into these. You don't talk into them. I'm going to try. I have 2 poems and a comment. In other words, we're almost done, so don't get too excited. Certainly we've had the opportunity this afternoon from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then, as you've heard, captured in Ben and Tom's remarks, many of the feelings that you have also. Some of the expressions of our mutual appreciation for Mr. A's life, his friendship, his helpfulness, his being there for us, his interest in what we were doing, will always be part of all of us that we can take with us. But to the family, especially the children, there's a poem that I've appreciated. It's entitled My Dad. But Joe had such an extended family. All of us can be a part of this large extended family. So I'm going to try to include all of us as I redo the poem. It says, my dad was a simple man and one who loved his home. He took such pride in all of us because we were his own. My dad was a kindly man who taught us many things that we have found as we grew up are part of what life brings. Our teacher was a goodly man, one who trusted all, who judged a man for what he was, and not for stature tall. Our mentor was an honest man, one who understood that sometimes folks can go astray and yet inside be good. Our friend was a prayerful man who taught us how to pray, to love our neighbors as ourselves, so God would like our way. As I alluded at the opening, but I wanted to say something at the closing. A lesson I learned a long, long time ago from my mother, and I've tried to share it with as many people that would listen to it. It's not what we say, it's how we live. Actions speak louder than words, what Mom would always tell us. No, Joe didn't stand on the corner and pass out religious tracts and try to attract people to go in a certain kind of a religious way. No, he lived a life, his actions, his concern, his compassion, his passion for excellence was seen in the way he lived, in the way he taught, in the way he just brought us all together. And he didn't want to take second best, as Ben said. He didn't want to take second best for anything. And so, this final poem, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but I don't think Mr. A would disagree with this. It says, when I come to the end of the road and the sun has set for me, I want no rights in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little. Not too long, not with your head bowed low. Remember the love we once shared? Miss me, but let me go. This is a journey that we all must take. Each must go alone. It's all a part of the Master's plan, a step on the road to home. So when you're lonely and sick at heart, go to the friends we know and bury your sorrows in doing good deeds. Miss me, but let me go. In conclusion, this is going to be a lengthy introduction to our final musical selection by the Madison Jazz Project. It's interesting how our imaginations can take us on little trips. So this is fresh. first trip. He pretty well memorizes how I conduct my services, but I've never used this before. And I wanted him to know this is fresh. It may never be heard again either.
I'm listening, go ahead.
Up there. Okay. You know, on the tombstones in the cemetery, you have when a person was born, 1936. Then you have a dash, and then you have the year that they left this earth. Well, I was just, and I'm not a musician, okay, so I don't know all the terminology that musicians use, but when we're going to hear a selection, when Kathy and Beth got up to sing for us, we know when they started. We weren't sure when they were going to stop. We all knew when they started. And anytime a musical selection is played, we know when it starts. But we don't always know how long it's going to be, how intricate it's going to be, how many ups and downs it's going to have. We really don't know. But finally it does come to a close. Some musical selections are shorter than others, some are longer than others. And so is life. And I think Mr. A taught us many life lessons. And it's not how long your life is or how short your life. It's what you do with what you have. Do the best you can. Somebody else might be better than you, but that doesn't mean that you can't do your best. And I'm holding on to that concept. It's our best that's most important. Not trying to be better than somebody else. The musical selection that the band's going to play for us is one of those compositions that some of us may not be aware. I was not aware that Joe wrote a lot of music. But in order for him to graduate from a high estate with a musical degree, he had to write a composition. And what they're going to play is the composition he wrote when he was at a high estate, and what helped him to be able to graduate and be the great fellow that the mentor, the teacher, the person that he continued to become as he worked with our children and worked with people in the community. So it gives me pleasure to let Jonathan come in here and direct these folks. One of the interesting things about this composition, and Joe just didn't do it when he was a senior in college and put it away in some file drawer, but he taught his son Joey how to play this composition. His son Joey. And I think that's the way life is. And we do our best, but we aren't aware that we're influencing other people along the road. And so, as this composition has been passed down and will continue to be passed down, so what you do in life is going to be influenced upon others and be passed down. And I'm sure Mr. A appreciate you doing your best. Might not be better than everyone else, but doing your best. Jonathan just can't hardly wait to get this started.
Yeah, we'll wait for the bells for just a second. Just to clarify, this isn't one that he wrote as much as this was Mr. A's song, and just in a gesture, talking with Joey. This was his song, and he used to play this. So this is his song for sure. Okay, but then he passed the baton to his son. So